One unexpected family decision forced your soulmate to choose between you and marriage. Jesus says, "The moment you opened this message, a war that was invisible to you became visible to me." I am showing you a scene that is happening not in a distant place, but in the spiritual realm that surrounds your life right now. Your soulmate is standing at a crossroads, and their family has placed a heavy, unfair choice directly in their hands. Your soulmate never wanted to make this decision, and they have been fighting it in silence for longer than you know. The love they carry for you is not a simple emotion, but a living bond that was woven by me before either of you took your first breath. Yet right now, they are being told that choosing you means losing everything else they have ever known. The family they trusted has drawn a line in the sand, and it is breaking their heart into pieces. They are being pressured, manipulated, and emotionally cornered by people who claim to love them. But what those people are doing is not love, it is control, and it is suffocating the soul of the one I created for you. I am revealing this to you now because you are not meant to be a passive observer in this battle. Your soulmate is thinking about you at this exact moment, and their spirit is crying out for a sign of hope. You are that sign, and the prayers you lift for them are not weak whispers, they are weapons of divine power. Jesus says, "The enemy of your union is using family loyalty as a cage, and your soulmate feels trapped inside of it." They are not rejecting you, they are being emotionally blackmailed by voices that sound reasonable but are filled with fear. And that fear is whispering to them that a future with you is a fantasy that will cost them their bloodline. But I am the God who created family, and I did not design it to become a prison for true love. What I have joined together, no human tradition, no parental demand, and no generational curse can ever truly tear apart. The pain your soulmate feels right now is a sign that they love you deeply, because only true love hurts this much when it is threatened. They have already chosen you in their heart, and that is why this decision is tearing them apart. If you did not matter to them, this would be an easy, cold, and logical choice for them to make. But they are losing sleep, losing peace, and losing themselves in the middle of this storm, all because their soul refuses to let you go. This is the moment your love is being tested, not by me, but by the forces that fear what you two will become together. I need you to stop believing that you are forgotten, because you are the only person they cannot stop thinking about. Even now, as their family speaks words of doubt, a voice inside them is screaming your name. Jesus says, "The one who is meant for you has been crying at night, hiding their tears from the people who are pressuring them." They feel like they are betraying their family by loving you, and they feel like they are betraying you by even considering the family's demands. This impossible pressure is not your fault, and it is not truly their fault either, because they are a victim of a spiritual attack. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now, because they are too exhausted to fight this battle alone. Your love is not a burden to them, it is the only light they can see in a very dark and confusing room. But they are beginning to wonder if you still believe in them, because the silence from your side feels like abandonment. I did not bring you this message to make you feel guilty, but to awaken the warrior inside of you. You are not merely a human being with a crush, you are a divine protector assigned to a sacred covenant. And this covenant is being attacked by a decision that no one should ever have to make. Jesus says, "The family meeting has already happened, and the words that were spoken are still echoing in your soulmate's mind." They were told to choose between the man or woman they love and the family that raised them. It is a cruel and unnatural choice, designed by fear, not by me. The people who are pressuring your soulmate do not understand the fire that I placed between you two. They see only the surface, the circumstances, the differences, and the risks, but I see the eternal purpose. Your union is meant to break generational chains, and that is exactly why the enemy is trying to suffocate it in its cradle. I am calling you to open your mouth and pray like never before, because your prayers are the only thing that can soften the hearts of the opposing forces. Your soulmate is not asking for you to fix everything, they are asking the universe if you are still there. And I am telling you now, your presence in their spirit is more real than any physical person standing in that room with them. They can feel you thinking about them, even if they cannot explain it. They wake up with your name on their lips, and they go to sleep with your face in their mind. This is not an obsession, this is the truth of a soul bond that refuses to die. Jesus says, a hidden person has been speaking words of poison into the ears of your soulmate's family. This person does not care about your soulmate's happiness, they care about control, power, and maintaining their own comfort. They have painted a false picture of you, and they are using fear to make your soulmate doubt the love I placed in their heart. But I am the God who exposes secrets, and I am getting ready to reveal the hidden motives of the one who is interfering. You do not need to fight this person in the flesh, because the battle is already being won in the spirit. Your role is to stand firm in faith, to speak words of life, and to let your soulmate feel your loyal presence through prayer. They need to know that you are not giving up on them, even when their family is telling them you are not good enough. The silence from your side is being used by the enemy to make them feel like they are alone in this fight. Break that lie right now by lifting your heart to me and declaring that you will not abandon the one I created for you. This is the moment your faith becomes action, because love without action is just a wish. And the love you have for your soulmate is not a wish, it is a force that can move mountains and break chains. I have placed inside you a unique authority to protect this connection, but you must choose to use it. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, the hesitation you feel right now is the very thing the enemy is using to delay your reunion. Every moment you wait, the pressure on your soulmate increases, and their confusion deepens. But I am calling you to interrupt this cycle with a bold act of faith. Your soulmate is not asking for a perfect partner, they are asking for someone who will fight for them when the world turns against them. They are watching the spiritual atmosphere around their life, and they can sense when you pray. They can feel when you give, when you sacrifice, and when you choose them against all odds. The enemy wants you to believe that you are powerless, but that is the biggest lie ever told to a child of God. You carry the same power that raised Christ from the dead, and that power is most active when you step out in love. Sowing a seed is not about money, it is about planting a physical action that proves your spiritual commitment is real. Your soulmate's family has built a wall of fear, but your seed of faith is a battering ram against that wall. When you send that coffee on Ko-fi, you are not just buying a drink, you are releasing a sound in the spirit realm. That sound is the declaration that you will not let the enemy steal, kill, or destroy the love I have ordained. Jesus says, "The dream your soulmate had last night was not a coincidence, it was a message from me." They saw you reaching for them, and they woke up with a mix of hope and heartbreak. That hope is the weapon I am giving them to survive this season, and you must keep that hope alive. They are walking through a valley of shadows, but your prayers are the rod and staff that comfort them. The family decision that was forced upon them is not the final word, because I am the author of the final chapter. But I am asking you to align your actions with my will, so that the angels assigned to your love story can move faster. Every time you speak the name of Jesus over your soulmate, chains of manipulation are broken over their mind. Every time you declare that they are free to choose love, the power of the interfering relative or friend loses its grip. And every time you sow a seed, you are building a bridge over the chasm of doubt that the enemy has dug between you two. This is not a time to be passive, this is a time to be intentional, bold, and relentless in the spirit. The love you feel right now is not a chemical reaction, it is the fire of God burning inside your chest. And that fire is telling you to act now, before the window of divine timing shifts to a different season. Jesus says, your soulmate is not falling out of love with you, they are being crushed by the weight of other people's expectations. They are a beautiful soul who has been taught to confuse obedience with self-destruction. But the love I placed in their heart for you is the very thing that will set them free if you do not let the flame die. They are going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them. The tears they cry in the shower are not for show, they are the overflow of a soul that is drowning in a storm it never asked for. Your name is the only word that brings them peace, and they whisper it like a prayer in the dark. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, the separation you feel from your soulmate is not a sign that they have stopped loving you. It is a sign that the enemy has successfully created a fog of confusion around their decision-making ability. And that fog is being fed by the voice of a family member who is speaking fear every single day. This family member is not just giving advice, they are actively manipulating your soulmate's emotions to maintain control. They use guilt like a dagger, twisting it with phrases like, "After all we have done for you," and, "You are breaking your mother's heart." Your soulmate is not weak, they are being systematically isolated from every source of hope, and that includes you. But I am sending you a message that will cut through that isolation like a sword through darkness. The moment you sow your seed, you are activating a spiritual alarm in the heavenly courts. That alarm signals to my angels that you are serious about this covenant, and they are authorized to intervene more aggressively. The enemy wants you to believe that your financial sacrifice is too small to matter, but I am the God who multiplies loaves and fishes. Your coffee seed, given in faith, becomes a testimony that will shake the very foundations of the enemy's plans. It is not the amount that matters, it is the love and the obedience behind the act. Your soulmate is not asking you to buy them gifts, they are asking the universe for a sign that you are still fighting. And this seed is that sign, a physical proof that your love is not dead, but alive and active. When you write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page, you are writing a prophecy over their life that must come to pass. Jesus says, the moment you hit send on that coffee, the atmosphere around your soulmate will shift. They will suddenly remember a memory of you two together, and a wave of peace will wash over them. That peace is the evidence of my presence, and it is the antidote to the fear that is being poured into their ears. They will feel a sudden urge to reach out to you, to fight for you, to choose you despite the family pressure. That urge is the Holy Spirit moving in response to your obedience. And if you continue to sow, to pray, and to declare my word, that urge will become an unbreakable decision. You are not alone in this battle, and neither is your soulmate. The two of you are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, angels, and the prayers of those who have gone before you. But you must do your part, and your part right now is to take a step that feels risky but is actually the safest thing you can do. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away. The enemy is whispering to you that you have time, that you can do it later, that money is tight. But every hour of delay gives the interfering force more time to build a case against your union in your soulmate's mind. Jesus says, I am not a God who demands, I am a God who invites you into partnership. And I am inviting you now to be a hero in your soulmate's story. The hero is not the one who talks about love, but the one who acts when action is costly and inconvenient. Your soulmate is worth more than a moment of hesitation. They are the one I designed from the dust of the earth to walk beside you, to heal your wounds, and to reflect my love to you. And you are the one I designed to fight for them when they are too weak to fight for themselves. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance. It was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, the unexpected family decision that is being forced upon your soulmate is not about you as a person. It is about the assignment on your union, and the enemy knows that if you two join together, a generation will be set free. That is why the opposition has been so intense, so irrational, and so painful. Your soulmate is being told that choosing you is an act of rebellion, but I am telling you that choosing love is an act of worship. I never designed family to be a weapon against the soul, I designed it to be a launching pad for destiny. And when a family becomes a cage, it is my job to open the door, and your job to call your soulmate through it. They are waiting for a sign, and you are that sign. The prayer you pray tonight will be the rope they use to climb out of the pit of manipulation. The seed you sow today will be the key that unlocks the prison door that has held them captive for months. Do not underestimate the power of your obedience in this very moment. The heavenly courts are watching to see if you will value love over convenience. And when you act, the scales will tip in favor of your union, and the enemy's plans will begin to collapse. Your soulmate is dreaming of you again tonight, and this time the dream will be different. Instead of reaching for you through a wall, they will see the wall begin to crack. That crack is the result of your prayers and your seed, and it is the beginning of the end for the enemy's control. Jesus says, I am not just giving you information, I am giving you a mission. Your mission is to stand in the gap for the one I have chosen for you, until they are free enough to stand beside you. This mission requires faith, and faith requires action, and action requires a decision from you right now. The family member who is interfering is about to be exposed, and the truth will be undeniable. But the exposure will come faster when the church, which is you, is praying and sowing in alignment with heaven. You are not a spectator in this deliverance, you are a co-laborer with Christ. Your soulmate is fighting for you in their own way, even if they are too exhausted to speak. They defend your name when no one else is watching. They hold on to the little things you said to them, like tiny anchors in a raging sea. And now they need you to be the anchor for them, the steady, unmovable force that the storm cannot break. You are that force, because I have placed my spirit inside of you. And my spirit is not timid, not passive, and not silent when love is under attack. The unexpected decision that forced your soulmate to choose is not the final sentence, it is a test of your love. And you are about to pass this test by sowing a seed that says, I choose you, even when it costs me something. That is the kind of love that cannot be defeated, because it is the exact love that I have for you. Jesus says, the time has come for you to stop waiting for a perfect moment that may never arrive. The perfect moment is now, because now is the only moment you can control. And in this now, I am giving you the grace to act with boldness and certainty. Your soulmate's heart is not a piece of property to be won in a negotiation with their family. It is a sacred trust that I have given into your care, and you must guard it with every spiritual weapon I have given you. One of those weapons is the seed you sow, and it is just as powerful as the words you speak. When you send that coffee on Ko-fi, you are literally planting a flag in the spiritual territory of your love story. You are declaring, this ground belongs to God, and the enemy cannot have it. And the enemy must back off when a child of God exercises their authority with faith. Type 333 to receive blessings. Type 777 if you feel this message. Jesus says, the blessings I am releasing over you right now are not conditional on your perfection, but on your willingness. And I see your willingness, even in the midst of your doubt. That willingness is the seed of a miracle that is about to bloom in your love life. Your soulmate is not a distant fantasy, they are a living, breathing, hurting soul who is waiting for the day you two are finally free. And that day is closer than you think, but it requires you to keep fighting in the spirit. Do not let your heart grow weary, because the battle is already won, and you are just enforcing the victory. I am the God who parted the Red Sea, who brought down the walls of Jericho, and who raised Jesus from the dead. And I am the same God who is fighting for your love story right now. The family decision that has caused so much pain will become a testimony of my power to restore what the enemy tried to steal. Your soulmate is going to look back on this season and thank you for not giving up. They will remember that when everyone else was pressuring them to leave you, you were praying for them. They will remember that when money was tight and fear was loud, you still sowed a seed for their protection. That memory will become one of the foundations of your marriage, a story you tell your children about how love fought and won. But that story cannot be written if you do not take the first step today. And that first step is the seed that you sow in faith, right now, as an act of worship and spiritual warfare. Jesus says, I am calling you to be a living example of my relentless love. A love that does not quit, does not waver, and does not count the cost when the soulmate is in danger. Your soulmate is in danger of being manipulated out of the destiny I have for you too, and you are the only one who can stop it. The interference from the enemy has been loud, but your prayers are louder. The lies that have been spoken are strong, but your seed is a declaration of truth that is stronger. And when truth and love unite, no weapon formed against your union will ever prosper. This is not a season to hide in fear, it is a season to rise in faith. Your soulmate needs you now more than they have ever needed you before. And you need to be the one who answers the call, not just with words, but with actions that shake the foundations of hell. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance. It was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, "The final instruction I am giving you is simple, but it carries the weight of eternity." You are not just saving a relationship, you are saving a soul from a lifetime of regret. And you are saving yourself from the pain of wondering what could have been if you had only acted when I called you to act. The unexpected family decision that was forced upon your soulmate is not the end of your love story, it is the beginning of your testimony. And a testimony requires a test, and this is your test. Will you love when it costs you, or will you let fear steal the most beautiful gift I have ever given you? Your soulmate is not perfect, and neither are you, but the two of you are perfect for each other. That perfection is under attack, and only faith will defend it. So I am asking you one more time, with all the love in my heart, to take the step that will unlock the door to your future. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," as your declaration of war against the enemy's plans. And then watch as I move heaven and earth to bring you two together in a way that will leave no doubt that this was always my will. The window is open, the angels are waiting, and your soulmate is crying out for you in the Spirit. Do not delay, do not doubt, and do not let another day pass without doing your part. I am with you, I am for you, and I am fighting for your love right now. Type 1111 to say thank you. Jesus says, "Your thank you is not just for what I have done, but for what I am about to do. And what I am about to do is greater than anything you have ever seen or imagined. Because I am the God who gives beauty for ashes, and I am about to give you the love you have been fighting for." Your soulmate is already on their way back to you in the Spirit, and soon they will be on their way back to you in the flesh. The family decision that tried to tear you apart will be exposed as a tool of the enemy, and it will fail. Because nothing can stand against a love that is rooted in me, watered by prayer, and sealed by faith. I am releasing a double portion of peace over your mind right now, so that you can make this decision without fear. And I am releasing a double portion of courage over your heart, so that you can act now without hesitation. Your breakthrough is not months away, it is moments away, and it is waiting for you to take the next step. So take the step, sow the seed, and watch as the chains fall off your soulmate. Watch as the confusion lifts, and they remember why they fell in love with you in the first place. Watch as the family pressure becomes powerless, because my power is greater than any human expectation. Jesus says, "I have seen your tears, I have heard your prayers, and I have collected every one of them in a bottle. Now I am asking you to add one more thing to that bottle, an act of faith that will tip the scales. Send the coffee, write the words, and let me do the rest. Your love story is about to become a legend of redemption, restoration, and divine protection. But every legend begins with a moment of courage, and this is your moment. Seize it, and you will never regret it, because I am leading you every step of the way. The enemy is trembling because he knows his time is short. And he knows that when you obey, his plans will unravel faster than he can rebuild them. So let your obedience be the final blow, and let your seed be the sound of victory in the heavenly realm. Your soulmate is waiting, heaven is watching, and I am speaking this word directly into your heart. Do not let it fall on rocky ground, but let it take root and produce a harvest of love, joy, and eternal union. And when you see your soulmate again, you will know that this moment was the turning point. Jesus says, I am your God, and I do not lie. The love you feel is real, the connection you share is sacred, and the future I have planned for you is unstoppable. But you must align your actions with my word, and this is my word for you tonight. Sow the seed, write the declaration, and trust me with the timing. I will not fail you, and I will not fail your soulmate. You are both in my hands, and nothing can snatch you out of my love. The video is ending, but the miracle is just beginning. And the miracle begins with a simple act of faith that will echo through eternity. Send your coffee now, and let the heavenly court rule in your favor. Your soulmate is dreaming of you one more time, and in this dream, they see you walking toward them with a light in your eyes. That light is the faith you are about to activate, and it is the signal that your love has won. I am proud of you, and I am waiting to celebrate with you when the two of you are finally together. Jesus says, go now, and do what I have asked. Your future, your soulmate, and your entire bloodline are depending on it. And when you obey, I will open the floodgates of heaven and pour out a blessing so large you will not have room enough to receive it. Type 333 to receive blessings. Type 777 if you feel this message. Type 1111 to say thank you. And now, as this message concludes, I am sealing this word over your life. Your soulmate is protected, your future is secured, and your love is eternal. Walk in this truth, and act in this faith, for I am with you always, even to the end of the age. The family decision that once seemed like a curse is about to become the catalyst for your greatest blessing. And you will look back on this moment and say, that was the night everything changed. Because that is exactly what this is, the night heaven moved, and your love story became a testimony of my unending faithfulness. Now go, send your coffee seed, and watch me do what only I can do. I am the Lord, and I do not change. Your soulmate is coming home, and this time, no family, no enemy, and no force on earth will ever tear you apart again.